Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Electrical network analysis, and we have started the chapter of Fourier transformation. So, first of all, a brief theory about the Fourier transform in mathematics. A Fourier transform is the mathematical transform that decomposes the function depending on space or time into a function depending on spatial or temporal frequency, such as the expression of musical chord in terms of the volumes and the frequencies of its constituent note. The term Fourier transform refers to both the frequency domain representing a representation and the mathematical operation that associates the frequency domain representation to a function of space or time. The Fourier transformation of function of time is a complex valued function of frequency whose magnitude represents the amount of the frequency represented in the original function and whose argument is the phase offset of the basic sinusoid in that frequency. The Fourier transform is not limited to function of time, but the domain of the original function is commonly referred to as time domain. So there is also an inverse Fourier transformation that mathematically synthesizes the original function from its frequency domain representation as proven by the Fourier inversion theorem. So the linear operation performed in one domain have corresponding operation in the other domain, which are sometimes easier to perform. So the operation of differentiation in the time domain corresponds to multiplication by the frequency. So some differential equations are easier to analyze in the frequency domain. Also, the convolution in the time domain corresponds to ordinary multiplication in the frequency domain. After performing the desired operation, the transformation of the result can be made back to the time domain. Harmonic analysis is the systematic study of the relationship between the frequency and the time domain, including the kinds of function or operation that are simpler in one or the other, and has deep connection to many areas of modern mathematics. So that was a brief theory of the Fourier transformation. Now we will switch to uh, solve this circuit on Fourier transformation. Okay, in the previous lecture we have studied the few functions. We have applied the Fourier transform on the ramp function. Okay, and on the unit step function, the ramp function is just like this. Okay, and the unit step function is this. So we have applied and exponential function as well. So this is e raised to the power minus 80, for example, and there is no negative portion. So this it means u of t is in multiplication with this function. Similarly, this is u of t, and this is again t having values t greater than 0. So it means this is t u of t. Okay, and if it is only t, so it means, and there is no u of t with in multiplication with the t, so then it will be just like this. Okay, the same slope throughout. Okay, sorry, slope. Okay, throughout, but on both the positive and the negative side of the t. Okay, it will be just like this. Okay, and if u of t is multiplied with t, so the negative portion will be filtered out and we will get only the positive portion of this t. Okay, this is called the ramp function. So now in this we will apply the Fourier transformation on this series RC circuit. Okay, so find h of j omega using the Fourier transformation, where output is the voltage drop across the capacitor, and input is the supply voltage. Okay, now the first step is KVL. V1 of t is sorry v of t is equal to I of t r plus 1 over cs, sorry, 1 over c 1 over c I dt. Okay, uh, so applying the Fourier transformation, you will get this one actually represents the input and two represent the output. Okay, so that is why there is 1 and 2. You can see a 1 and 2 with the voltage in the subscript. So 1 represent the input and 2 represent the output terminology. So V1 j omega is equal to I j omega r plus uh, I over Cs j omega. Okay, I of j omega. This is I of j omega. So V1 of j omega is equal to I j omega, taking I of j omega common. This is in bracket. We will have r plus 1 over cs. This is not s, this is actually j omega, because we are working in the Fourier transformation, not the Laplace. There is a mistake. Okay, so we have to write j omega instead of the s. Now V2, that is the output voltage, is equal to 1 over C I dt in the time domain. Now applying the Fourier transform on this V2 of t, so we will get V2 of j omega is equal to 1 over, again there is a mistake, 1 over C j omega I of j omega. Actually we have to replace this I because we have to introduce the I2 V2 instead of this I1 I, because in transformation we have only voltage values, no current value. Okay, so we have to replace this I with V2 of j omega. So putting the values of I from here and put over here, so you will get V1 of j omega is equal to V2 of j omega C j omega. Okay, there is a mistake, C j omega into r plus 1 over C j omega. Okay, so this will be cancel out, so you will get 1 over r C j omega plus 1. Okay, in order to find the h of t, okay, so for this purpose, you have to make the coefficient of the j omega as 1. In this case, the coefficient of j omega is Rc. So you have to get rid of this Rc by multiplying and dividing by dividing Rc on both the numerator and denominator. So let's move to the next slide. 1 over this. Okay. Now multiplying dividing 1 over Rc. So you will get 1 over Rc here and 1 over Rc here as well. 1 over Rc here as well. Okay. Plus j omega. So now this is ready for the Fourier inverse Fourier transformation, and after inverse Fourier transformation you will get 1 over 6 e to the power minus t u of t. Okay. So that was series RC circuit. Now series RL circuit for the Fourier transformation. This is the input, this is the output. Okay, so the same question, but the circuit has been changed. Find h of j omega is equal to v2 of j omega over v1 of j omega using Fourier transformation. Okay, R value is 2 and L value is 3. Okay. If the values are given, so just solve your solution in term of the general terms like R and L, and at the end you can put the given values instead of the R and the L. Okay. So h of t is equal to v of 2 of t or v1 of t. Okay. Using the inverse Fourier transformation, you have to find the h of t. Okay. The first step is applying KVL. Okay. After applying KVL, we will get V1 of j omega is equal to, okay, first step is KVL. So V1 of t is equal to I of t r plus L di by dt into I of t. And the second step is applying the Fourier transformation. Okay, so after applying the Fourier transformation, you will get v1 of j omega is equal to I of j omega r plus L j omega into I j omega. Okay, taking I j omega as common, you will get r plus L j omega and v1 of j omega. This is equation number 1. Again we have the I of j omega, which is undesirable, and instead of this we are in need of v2 of j omega, which is the output term for the frequency response. So in order to introduce v2 of t, we have to apply we have to apply the voltage drop formula on the uh, output element, that is the inductor. So v2 of t is equal to L di by dt, and applying the Fourier transformation, you will get v2 of j omega is equal to L j omega into I of j omega. Okay, so now uh, replacing the I value from equation number 1 into 2. Okay, so you will get v1 of j omega is equal to v2 of j omega over L j omega into R plus L j omega. So v2 over v1 of v2 of j omega over v1 of j omega is equal to L j omega over R plus L j omega. As you are seeing that we are not applying, mm, we are not putting the values, we are solving it on general terms and at the end we will put the values. Okay, so putting the now we are putting the values. Again move to the circuit. R is equal to 2, L is equal to 3. So replacing the values L 3 j omega over 2 plus 3 j omega. Okay, so you will get this. Okay, j omega over R by L plus j omega. Okay, so j omega over, taking the inverse Laplace transformation for this purpose, the, the coefficient of the j omega must be 1. So that is why we have divided uh, L in the numerator and in denominator, both side. Okay, so now the coefficient of the j omega is equal to 1. So but there is also a j omega term in the numerator side. So what we have to do, taking inverse by dividing it, j omega plus 2 by 3, R is 2, L is 3, so j omega plus 2 by 3. Okay, multiplying this with the 1, so you will get j omega plus 2 by 3. J omega will be cancelled out, so we will left with minus 2 over 3. Okay, now applying the rule of counterclockwise in the division, so you will get 1 plus minus 2 over 3 over j omega plus 2 by 3. So by this way you have we are you we will be able to find the h of t by inverse Fourier transformation. So the inverse of or inverse Fourier transformation of 1 is sigma of t, remember. Okay, sigma of t. and now minus 2 by 3. Okay, uh, e raised to the power minus 2 by 3, because 1 over j omega plus 2 by 3, so it will be e raised to the power minus 2 by 3 t. So that is the solution for this. Okay, now this is the assignment. Solve the convolution using the Laplace transformation. X of t is equal to mu of t, h of t is equal to e raised to the power minus at. So as we have discussed it in the previous lecture, that is the convolution is the multiplication of the two functions. So we have to convolve it using the Laplace transformation. Both the x of t and the transformation function is given. Okay, now assignment number 6. It is based on the RC circuit. Okay, so this is V1, the input, and V2 is the voltage drop across the output. Okay, so you have to solve it using the Fourier transformation. Okay, and then find the h of t by using the inverse Fourier transformation. In the question 2 of assignment number 6 is find the frequency response of the following equation. This is the differential equation. Okay, so d square y of t divided by dt square. This is second order differential equation, plus 3 dy of t divided by dy of t dt plus 2 y of t is equal to x of t. Okay, so x is the input term, y is the output term. Okay, so you have to submit it on time. Okay, now this is a general idea about the ramp function, that how you have to find the function for this given ramp function. Okay, because the waveform is given but f of t is not given. So if the f of t is not given, so you won't be able to find the Laplace transformation or the Fourier transformation. Even you cannot be able to find the Fourier series. Okay, so uh, here the time period is equal to 2. Okay, x1 y1 x2 y2. X1 is this. Okay, for example 0, and y1, let's start with uh, the, the origin. Okay, for example this is x1 y1. Okay, y1 will be negative, and now this is x2 and y2. Okay, for example this is minus 3 and this is plus 3. So your x1 will be equal to 0, x2 will be equal to for example this is again 2, sorry, minus 2 and plus 2. So x1 is not equal to this is actually minus 2. Okay, this is minus 2, and x2 is how much? Plus 2. Okay, and y1 is equal to minus 3, and y2 is equal to plus 3. Okay, so now the 2-point formula of slope y2 x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1, and y minus y1 is equal to y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1. Okay, so by this you can find the function. So remember x here, x is equal to t. Okay, x-axis value t, and y is equal to function value f of t. So putting the x and y value over here, you will get the function from this formula. So that is easy. No matter the function is just like this or this, you have to find the function by this method. Okay, so you can see f of t is equal to -3. So that's the end of the course. So wish you best of luck for the final term examination. Thank you.